Hey, my name is Dan, and today I'm going to take you through a Yin Yoga practice. We're going to be using a bolster, some blocks. We also have a blanket and meditation cushion. So once you grab these props and your mat and yourself, I'll see you on the mat. Okay, so to begin, we will sit down in Sukhasana, easy pose with our legs crossed beneath us. And now here you have the option to either be sitting down on your mat, or you can use a meditation cushion underneath the hips to elevate if this feels more comfortable for you. Once in position, we're going to slowly fold the body forwards towards the ground. Begin first by supporting yourself with your hands, and then gently relax the shoulders, the head, and the neck towards the ground. When we hold our pose, we're going to be holding for around 3 minutes for each pose, and we're going to be focusing on our breath. The level of intensity in which we hold each pose is going to be a maximum of 60% of your deepest stretch. So throughout this Yin practice, it really supports the principle that less is more. In the folded over position, just like so, if you feel like you would like some extra support for the head, feel free to grab your bolster and use this in any way that feels best to support yourself folded forwards over your legs. Any position that works for you, be as creative as you like, even resting the forehead down like so, depending on where you're at. Once you're in position, we're going to reconnect with our breath, and we're going to hold here for about 3 minutes. As you hold the pose, keeping your awareness on your breath, slowly breathing in and slowly breathing out. With each and every exhalation, feel the tension and tightness slowly release from your body, sinking deeper and deeper into relaxation. As you continue to breathe deeply, if you feel any specific areas stretching, you can think of sending your breath to these areas, to the sensation of the stretch. Imagine breathing in to these areas, sending your breath to assist in these muscles sinking into deeper and deeper relaxation. Very good. For the final 60 seconds of this pose, we're going to walk our hands slowly over to the right. Again, you can use any props you like for balance. And we're just going to work into more of the side body, spending 30 seconds on this side and then 30 seconds on the other side. Sending your breath to the sensation of the stretch within your body, breathing deeply in and breathing deeply out. Taking a deep inhalation and a deep exhalation. Very slowly we're going to transition to the left side. Again, walking the hands, using any prop to support yourself. And then holding for 30 seconds. Deep breaths in and deep breaths out. Stretching no more than 60% of our max intensity. Less is more. Deeply in, deeply out. Deeply in, deeply out. And then one more deep breath in. From here, exhale and slowly begin to walk your hands back to the center and then towards yourself, returning upright. Very good. For a brief rebound, we're going to place our hands behind our bodies and lift the sternum up to the sky, tilting the head back, taking 3 deep breaths. Opening through the shoulders, the chest, and the neck. One more deep breath in and back out. Good. Returning to our center. From here, we're going to open our legs into a straddle position. Keep in mind, before we do this, the orientation, which leg is crossed first, because after this straddle position, we're going to cross the opposite way. So taking note, and then we're opening our legs into a straddle. Now again, we can use our meditation cushion, or even we can use a block, depending on how the hips are feeling, to elevate our hips in this position. And the width that we open our legs out to is, again, 60% of our max. Nothing that is too wide or too intense, but wide enough that we begin to feel a gentle stretch on the inside of our legs. So whether you have a block or not, finding your most comfortable position. And then from here, again, we're going to fold forwards. We can use a prop such as our bolster to support ourselves, resting in any way that feels nice. Finding your most comfortable position and then holding here, breathing deeply. Allow your body to melt into position, breathing into the sensation of the stretch, wherever that may be. Using our exhalation to sink deeper into relaxation, one breath at a time. As we continue breathing deeply, do your best to maintain your focus on your breath, allowing yourself to bring back your focus if by chance it does wander. Deeply breathing in and deeply breathing out. Simply allowing your breath to release through the letting go, allowing gravity to perform the exhalation, and then using an intentional deep inhalation and release. Deeply in and release. Very good. For our final 60 seconds, we're going to move slowly to our right leg, walking the hands over, taking our time. And you may use a prop as well to support yourself, whether this prop is resting on your leg or off to the side. Whatever feels best for you, in your most comfortable position, holding at a maximum of 60% intensity. Really supporting the principle of less is more during this practice. Breathing into the sensation of the stretch. Very good. Taking 2 more deep breaths. Inhale. Slowly exhale. Inhale. And slowly exhale. From here, we're going to very gently walk our hands over to our left side, bringing any props we've been using for support with us. And again, finding our most comfortable supported position, stretching over to the left, relaxing the head, neck, and shoulders, and breathing deeply. Using our exhalation to sink deeper into relaxation, releasing any tension from our muscles, from our bodies, through the power of our breath. Deeply in and deeply out. Very good. Final 2 deep breaths. Inhale and exhale. Last one. Inhale and exhale. Slowly from here, we walk our hands back to the center and then towards ourselves, back upright. And then for a quick rebound, again bringing our hands behind, lifting the sternum up to the sky. 3 deep breaths in and out. Stretching the chest, neck, and shoulders. Inhale and exhale. Last one in and last one out. Very good. And now remembering which position we had our legs crossed to begin with, we're now going to cross them in the opposite way. So bringing the legs in, and if you notice that you're not quite sure which legs were in front or behind, it's probably the most or the least comfortable position for this next one. Typically we always cross our legs in the most comfortable way. So readjusting. And then we're going to perform the same fold forwards, very slowly, walking the hands and lowering the body over towards the ground. Feel free to use any props if you wish to support your head or your arms or your shoulders. Or if you'd like to take the minimalist approach, you can fold forwards without the use of any props. Deeply breathing in position. Sending the breath to wherever you may feel the sensation of the stretch. Slowly breathing in and slowly breathing out. Very good. From here, we're going to walk our hands slowly to the right hand side, bringing any props we've been using for support with us, and then holding into position. Again, bringing our focus back to our breath, deeply in and deeply out. Two more deep breaths. Inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. Very slowly now, walking the hands to our left side. Bringing any props for support with us and holding for 30 seconds here. Connecting with our breath, breathing into the stretching sensation, exhaling deeper into relaxation. Fully in and release. Very good. The last two more breaths in and out. Good. Last one in and out. And very slowly walking the hands to the middle and then back towards our bodies, bringing ourselves upright again. And for a quick rebound, bringing the hands behind, lifting the sternum and chest up to the sky, tilting the head back. Inhale 3 times, in and out. Good, in and out. One more breath, in and out. Good, returning to our center. Next position, we're going to enter swan pose. So swan pose is similar to pigeon pose, but the angle of our front knee is going to be more at a 45-degree angle rather than 90 degrees. So to enter this position, we come into an all fours, just like this. We're going to have a block nearby, just in case, and our bolster nearby as well, in case we want to use this for support. And we're going to first bring the left knee up and the right leg back. We're then going to pivot the front knee so that the ankle comes across in front of the right leg. And then in this position, we can either adjust and sink all the way down so that the hips are in contact with the mat, or as an entry and progression, we take our block and we place it beneath the thigh or the hips, the glute of the front leg, holding into position just like this. And then again, we can use our bolster for support, holding it in any way that feels comfortable whilst in position, just like so. Our back leg is extended straight. The front knee points directly ahead with the shin coming across to the side with the block beneath our glutes. We hold in a slightly upright, leaning forwards position, and we hold here, breathing deeply, supporting with our arms deeply in and deeply out. Deeply in and deeply out. Wherever you feel the stretch, imagine breathing into this area, allowing your breath to slowly dissipate any stretching sensation, relaxing your muscles, relaxing your body. Deep breath in and deep breath out. At any point during this pose, if you feel that the stretch is not offering you as much as it could be without going too much more intensely, you can remove the block from beneath your hips in position and continue holding. Good. And of course, at any point, if you do notice that the stretch is too intense, you can always adjust your position to get to the right degree of intensity, a maximum of 60%. From this upright position, we're going to very slowly fold forwards into sleeping swan, where we support our elbows either on a bolster or on the floor, depending on where your body is at today. Holding into position, resting, feeling supported and relaxed. The breath is deep and slow, melting into the mat. From here, we're going to take a final 3 more deep breaths. Very good. Slowly now, we're going to press our hands into the bolster or the mat to bring ourselves upright. We're then going to walk our back leg up and towards our center, pivoting our front foot back to parallel, coming back into an all fours position, and then gently moving the hips side to side, up, down, back and forth, just to loosen the hips up, encourage a bit more blood flow through this as we transition to the other side. So working into the right leg now, having a block nearby, we're going to start first by bringing the right knee up and the left leg back, pivoting the front foot off to the side so that the foot comes across to the left, and then placing a block beneath the right glute or thigh in position just like so, using our bolster or the mat for support, holding upright just like so. Connecting with our breath, breathing deeply in and deeply out. Deeply in and deeply out. Good. And as you continue breathing deeply, softly observe how the right side feels in comparison with the left, and just take note of whether any tightness or tension is more or less on one side than the other. And as you bring awareness to this, you can then begin to notice if there are any activities you may engage throughout the day, more so on one side of the body than the other, which could possibly lead to an increase in tension. And as we bring higher levels of awareness to ourselves and our actions and behaviors, we can modify and bring more balance into our lives, into our minds, and into our bodies. Deep breath in and deep breath out. Very good. Same again, if you feel that the intensity is too much or even too little, feel free to adjust your position, either by adding another block or changing the level, or by removing it completely in position. Slowly now we will also fold forwards, supporting the elbows on the bolster or supporting the elbows on the floor, resting the head on the hands or the mat. Breathing deeply in and deeply out. Three more slow, deep breaths. Fully in and fully out. Fully in and out. One final deep breath. And then as we exhale to slowly support ourselves, pressing our hands into the mat, returning upright, bringing that back leg up towards our hands, pivoting our front and returning to an all fours, shifting our hips again side to side, back and forth, just loosening up the hips, moving in any way that feels nice in this position. And then we're slowly going to enter into a wide-kneed child's pose. So you can bring your knees to the edges of your mat, and we're going to slowly reach the arms forwards and down towards the mat. And if you feel more comfortable supporting yourself on a bolster with your head forwards or turned to the side, you can support yourself in this same position, breathing deeply, holding, connecting with our breath. Final 60 seconds in position, continuing our breath, slow and deep. And finally, 3 more deep breaths. Deeply breathing in and deeply breathing out. Last one in and last one out. Very good. Very slowly now walk the hands back upright, removing any props slowly to the side, lifting the body, returning to all fours, and again bringing movement and blood flow back into the hips, the spine, moving the hips side to side, up, down, and a few circles here and there, just like that. Very good. Slowly now we're going to make our way onto our backs, making space by removing any props just to the side. And then in this position, we're going to bring the knees up towards the ceiling. And then we're going to extend the feet at the knees to 90 degrees, like sitting in an imaginary chair. And then very slowly, with our arms coming out to horizontal, we're going to fold our knees to one side, keeping both shoulders as grounded as possible. And if we can lower the knees completely to the ground without the opposite shoulder lifting up, we're going to hold in position with our left hand over our right knee, folding the knees to the left. But if we find that with the knees folded, the shoulder lifts up, what we can do is then bring a block or a meditation cushion or the bolster beneath the knees for support so that the shoulders remain grounded onto the floor. Left hand rests on top of the right knee, and then we continue this rotation from the left side all the way across to the right hand, turning the head to face the right. From here, we're going to hold and breathe deeply. Notice with each breath, very subtle movements the body makes whilst in position. As we continue holding and breathing deeply, we're going to focus on a final 3 deep breaths. Fully in and fully out. In and out. Our last breath, inhale and then exhale. Very good. From here, very slowly, return your head to the center and then lift the knees up to the middle, gently hugging and squeezing them into the chest, maybe performing a few rocks side to side, back and forth. almost as if you were massaging your lower back against the mat, using the weight of your legs. And then finding yourself back into your center position with your arms extended to the side, knees at 90 degrees, slowly folding the knees now to the right. And again, if you find that when your knees come to the ground, if the shoulder lifts up, to then use a bolster or a block to support the knees, and then have the left arm extended flat against the ground, resting the right hand on top of the left knee, and then turning the head to face the left arm, continuing the rotation from the toes all the way up to the fingertips. Holding here in position, breathing deeply. Sending the breath to the sensation of the stretch. Deeply breathing in and out. Very good. Focusing now on a final 3 more deep breaths. And then very slowly returning the knees to the center position, the head to the middle, and then using the hands to hug the knees into the chest, loosening up the lower back, massaging it against the mat, side to side, up, down, back and forth. And then for our final pose, Shavasana, we're going to use the bolster beneath the knees to relieve any extra pressure off the lower back. And if you feel more comfortable with a pillow or your meditation cushion beneath the head, you can use it to adjust and make yourself feel more comfortable. And then using your blanket as well, you can cover your body in Shavasana, keeping yourself nice and warm. Finding your most comfortable position. If you have eye pillows, you may use your eye pillows as well. And then once in position, allowing your body to fully relax and melt into the floor. Giving yourself full permission now to do absolutely nothing but to feel completely supported and relaxed. Lying here, acknowledging the completion of your practice today. Deep breaths. Very slowly begin to deepen your breath. And as you deepen your breath, gently moving your body, beginning with the hands and feet, and then slowly into the rest of your body, stretching in any way that feels nice. And then slowly from here, we're going to turn onto our right side for a moment, taking your time. Breathing deeply still. And then from your side, to slowly make your way back into a seated position. Moving any props softly to the side. And finding yourself in your most comfortable seated position. Bringing your hands to your heart space. I'd like to thank you for joining me today in this yin practice, and sending love and gratitude to you and to everyone, acknowledging your time invested in your practice today. My name is Dan. Namaste.